In the US, we call inflation a never-ending nightmare. Rising housing costs have outpaced incomes in the country for at least the past 3 decades. 65% of seniors on fixed incomes and the remaining 35% who rely entirely on Social Security are becoming debtors just to keep a place to live. If you own a home, you're in debt for mortgage, property taxes, and maintenance costs. If you rent, that means you will have less than 1/3 of your monthly income to spend. That's why people are talking about Elon Musk's tiny house as the perfect solution. You will thank me later. This guy is selling you a house for just $5,779. And with advances in design, materials, and renewable energy, it's coming to protect your budget, your health, and even your life. So how can Tesla tiny houses give retirees a whole new financial freedom? And what features of it are removing all the limitations that traditional homes impose on you? Let's find out in this video. And if you're ready to live smarter, safer for less, help Autogearshift hit 11,123 subscribers by hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications to catch every money-saving play from Tesla. How will the tiny house withstand inflation by turning your one-time cost into a long-term asset? First, let's face the harsh reality of traditional housing in America. If you're over 60, you're basically left with 3 options. Option 1. Stay in your old home and hold your breath every time a surprise repair bill shows up. On average, that's about $21,000 a year in the US. Option 2. Buy a new house at today's median price of $420,000. At a 6 to 7% mortgage interest rate, and what's supposed to be your asset quickly becomes a decades-long debt. Option 3. Renting with the average price has now jumped to $1,599 a month. The first year alone will cost you $18,000, and only going up from there. And that's before you add utilities, which are rising 4 to 5% per year depending on the state, driven by energy inflation and climate change. These numbers aren't just statistics. They're rising steadily by 3 to 8% each year, eating away at your fixed income. Even this year's 1.5% increase in Social Security benefits isn't enough to offset that. But that's before you discover Tesla's tiny house. Buy once, own forever. At just $5,779, about 1/80,000th the cost of a regular home, you can pay for it outright with your retirement savings. No mortgage, no bank contracts. And compared to average rent, that means you've already saved over $12,000 in the very first year, and the savings grow as market inflation rises out there. More importantly, the tiny house is equipped with Tesla's anti-inflation technology from the inside, eliminating recurring costs that increase gradually, reducing your total cost of home ownership. The Powerwall solar roof turns your home into a mini power plant, generating about 30 kilowatts of free energy per day, enough to live completely off-grid in all 4 seasons. That alone can cut $300 a month off your electricity bill. The air purifying water system can produce an average of 10 to 15 liters of clean water per day, enough for the basic needs of cooking, drinking, and bathing of 1 to 2 people. Combined with a gray water recycling system from the sink, shower, used for flushing the toilet or watering plants, the total cost of water and waste disposal can be reduced by 40 to 50%. And with built-in wheels and Tesla's autopilot mobility system, your tiny house works like an RV, giving you one powerful tool against inflation: the freedom to relocate to areas with lower living costs whenever local inflation spikes. And in the long run, tiny houses can even increase the value of your property. With free OTA updates from Tesla, the home will automatically upgrade features, new AI security or more efficient energy systems, at no additional cost. After 5 years, the resale value could increase by 20 to 30%. So, have you ever had to cancel a dream trip or skip buying important home medical equipment because housing costs drained your budget? And could Tesla's tiny house be the most practical way for you to finally break free from the endless cycle of rising costs from now? If you agree, drop a "no inflation" in the comments, or just share your not-so-great housing cost story with us. Which Tesla tiny house breakthrough design will limit the impact of outdoor weather on your living space? Think about the traditional homes most of us live in. Concrete, tiles, or wood may look strong, but in reality, they let the outside environment slowly wear down your living space. Heavy rain can seep through roofs or walls, raising humidity and causing mold, not only damaging your furniture but also leading to sinus infections, asthma, and other respiratory issues. Hot summers turn rooms into ovens, raising the risk of heat stroke or dehydration, while freezing winters slip through thin walls, driving up heating bills and making aching joints even worse. So how can a tiny house solve these problems and create an ideal living space for every generation, especially older adults? The secret lies in its advanced materials and nature-inspired design. First is the cybershell exterior. The frame is built from a composite of aluminum, steel, and carbon fiber that is 100% waterproof and strong enough to withstand hurricane winds up to 150 miles per hour without cracking. The polymer membrane integrated into the surface of the frame has the ability to heal and seal itself, inspired by the self-sealing of pine tree skin. If there is a small crack due to impact, the polymer will flow and solidify within 24 hours, repairing itself without the need for a technician. This is a huge step forward compared to asphalt or foam sealants in traditional houses, which peel easily, invite mold back, and cost $500 to $2,000 every time they need fixing. For heat and cold, the insulation inside uses ultra-thin aerogel designed like a honeycomb. During the day, or when it's hot, the smart outer shell opens micropores like tree leaves breathing, releasing heat and keeping the inside naturally cool. At night, or when it's cold, those pores automatically close, locking in warmth and preventing heat loss. Thanks to this system, a tiny house keeps indoor temperatures steady at a comfortable 77 to 81 degrees Fahrenheit year-round, no matter what the weather is outside. That means you won't need to constantly adjust your HVAC or put up with noisy heaters and air conditioners running all night. Instead, you get a pleasant environment for better sleep. Finally, while traditional fiberglass walls only cut noise by about 40%, leaving you with rain pounding on the roof or wind howling through the night, Tiny House will be equipped with double walls with active soundproofing material viscoelastic inspired by seashells. This layer will be able to absorb up to 95% of outside noise, reducing it from 70 decibels outside to just 15 decibels inside your home. From then, you can sleep as peacefully as if you were in the 6 Stars hotel, even during a storm outside. That's how Tiny House lowers stress and protects your mental health. How will Tiny House minimize hazards inside your home? In the US, people over 65 make up only about 15% of the population, but they account for nearly 40% of all home fire deaths every year. About 2/3 of these fires start with faulty wiring, old electrical systems, or overloaded circuits. And let's be honest, at this age, it's easy to worry about things like forgetting to turn off the stove, a loose wire sparking, or simply not being able to react quickly when something goes wrong. That's exactly why the Tesla Tiny House is designed with special features to cut down all the risks inside your home. First, the safe electrical system. Forget the messy, fragile wiring found in old houses. The Tesla Tiny House uses a modular electrical system with 100% nano-insulated wiring, a graphene-infused composite that's ultra-thin but can handle heat up to 200 degrees Celsius without melting or cracking. It also resists moisture and corrosion at 99.9%, meaning no more old copper wires oxidizing over time, causing increased resistance and abnormal heating. Every connector locks magnetically and ties into the Sense AI network, powered by over 200 smart IoT sensors. This system is capable of real-time data analysis, trained from millions of real-life safety data. It will monitor all the currents running in your home through magnetic sensors, analyze abnormal situations every millisecond to predict and intervene. Since AI network can adapt power flow automatically. That means it balances electricity based on what you're actually using, keeping the load across your house under 60% of max capacity. If the total load spikes over 70%, AI instantly shifts the flow, lowering energy to non-essential devices, giving priority to what matters, or pulling from the backup power wall, all in just 0.1 seconds. This keeps motors and circuit boards safe from sudden surges and keeps wiring temperatures below 60 degrees Celsius to prevent hidden electrical fires. And if it spots trouble, like a hot wire, a short or unusual current with no movement, AI speaks up right away through your app or voice alert. Say you forget to turn off the stove, or leave the dryer or iron running too long. If you don't respond within 10 to 15 seconds after receiving the warning, the system will cut off that circuit in just 0.05 seconds, isolating the damaged part before sparks can spread. In the worst-case scenario, if a fire breaks out, the original smoke sensor predicts and immediately sprays nanofoam from a hidden nozzle, a biogel made from condensed water that hardens within 2 seconds, smothering the fire without soaking or damaging your belongings. At the same time, AI cuts off all local power via Powerwall, opens windows automatically for ventilation, extinguishing 98% of small fires in 10 seconds. Compared to a traditional smoke alarm that only screams until you panic, the Tesla tiny house actually protects you, stops fires before they spread, and gives you peace of mind. So, put simply, this product is the path to cheaper, smarter, and safer living. If a Tesla tiny house truly hits $5,799, would you buy one to get the real freedom, convenience, and peace? Comment to let us know. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and spread the word to someone who needs it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.